Check, check. All right, everyone, and welcome. Hopefully the microphone is working. Let me make sure. We tried some live racing last night and had a bunch of issues in VR. So we're not going to use VR this time. We're just going to be using our monitors as usual. I have some things I have to change because I guess a lot of my positionings in the car actually changed through that. And I'll go into that with another video as to why that, well, real quick. So they should have different DLL files, so that shouldn't have changed at all. And I'm actually trying to get things set up here, and things are like still kind of having little bits of issues. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe I need to really look into my rig a little bit further, or look into my computer a little bit further, because I'm getting a lot of like inconsistencies here. A little weird. Lately I've been also thinking about getting a different power supply, because I only have an 850 watt power supply, and I've been noticing things here and there with my computer, and it is an older power supply, so I may be having some power related issues. But yeah, let's switch this view over. Here we go. So we're just going to do the normal monitor, not the point of view that we've been doing lately. That's not going anywhere. Just I've been having some little issues here and there, and that view is super zoomed in. Let's get that out. Okay, let's see if we could do this real quick.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 49 Celsius.
Oh, okay. So the settings were still there, just I had to hit compute for whatever reason. All right, so let's get on.
Pit lane speed limit is 72 kilometers per hour.
Almost forgot audio. We need audio. Be kind of like my mouse is like jumping around a little bit. All right, there we go.
Track's clear.
See if we can get some laps in. I'm sure we'll have enough time to still
get the job done, mate.
some laps in. So last night I tried doing some VR sim racing, and it was a little bit disorienting in a way. I gotta say, it's been a long time since I've done VR, I was having some issues with OpenXR, which I'm going to email the devs and let them know. Every time I lifted the headset up to look at my screens, the sensor, which would pick up on that, actually froze the gameplay. So if that happens, I had to then exit out of iRacing, try to get back into the race, which they're all scheduled races. Extremely difficult to do so. Very, very distracting, very nerve-wracking. I thought for sure I was going to miss the rest of the race session. And both race sessions were not good, just to say the least. Got pretty much punted out at the beginning of each race session, so it made it really work too in my favor. My I rating took quite the plunge. Between the two races, it looks like 170 points we lost. Alright, so I see some things are doubled on the stream. Once I'm done with this qualifying, I'll try to fix that. Some of the Race Labs inputs would not show up for whatever reason. So I had to make new Race Lab inputs as far as the advanced input panel on the bottom there that you can see is doubled. A few other things as well, so we'll try to fix that in just a moment.
Fastest lap for Higgins, 127.09. The leader has just done a 126.74. P15, you're now 2.6 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, that was not great. That was not great, but we put some times in. Let's see. Get that off of there. Some of these aren't doubled. Oh, there it is. Okay. I was like, where is that one? All right. What just fell? Oh, that was my phone. That was my phone. That's okay. All right, let me pull up chat because I actually just realized I cannot see chat. That's not going to work. Jesse, familia, how's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Belts on. I'm going to try to turn the motion on. It did feel very strange without motion, I do got to say. Felt like I was missing inputs. Still got to get that first impressions video out. But now that we have Sim Racing Studio has some beta software out, I feel a little bit more comfortable doing it because that was a software that I was going to really want to test. See there. Let's run SimHub
That's the end
also.
of the session. P21.
Come on. Stop your skipping. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about all the beeping, guys. Let me try to mute the audio. Come on, stop. Should stop in just a second. Stop. Normally it stops by now. My gosh. Come on, just smoothing out. Stop. I don't know what's happening, guys. I missed grid. Missed the start.
15 minutes. You've not got much time
Oh
to
my
sort this
gosh.
out. P21.
Oh man. What is happening with my computer?
Catch up to car number 25.
Oh my god. God me. Jeez. Up. Now this just stop. Sorry guys. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what keeps causing that to happen. But now things are stop. I don't know if it's a RAM issue. I'm really not sure. But now I'm looking at my whew, that was something. That was frustrating. Happen again. Okay. For some reason my snap that to full screen. That was weird. I am so sorry, guys. Sorry about all that beeping. I was trying to turn on my motion software. For some reason, it starts beeping like that whenever I turn on like a lot of pieces of software at the same time. Might be like a RAM issue. I'm not sure. My RAM is not saying it's anywhere near full capacity. But yeah. Whenever I'm running a lot of pieces of software at the same time, all of a sudden the computer just goes haywire and starts beeping like crazy. Normally it doesn't last that long. I don't know why it was lasting that long.
Green, let's go, let's go. We don't have enough data for that. Okay, Ray, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
Okay. So here we go. We're going to be coming out towards the back of the pack. I'm sure this guy's going to come out at the same time with me. We'll let this guy go because obviously he's ahead of us a little bit.
All clear on pit exit. Start's okay. We're still in good shape here.
I forgot exactly what I have, but it was not cheap RAM. It's 32 gigs of RAM.
Moya is now in the lead.
Like some RGB sticks, but I forget exactly what it was because it's something that they were recommending specifically for Ryzen CPUs. I just feel like I'm always having some sort of power issue with my GPU, because I know a lot of people that are running the same GPU, they are running
on your left, clear left.
A lot hotter of a power supply than I am. Kind of starting to think 850 watts is not enough. Definitely, if I go to the 4000 series and completely rebuild this system, it's not going to be enough, especially at that point. Little let off there, just a hair, just a hair.
Place.
Try to get it in. The one race I missed to start is the one race that no one crashes out on lap 1.
Yellow flag.
Oh, spoke too soon. Really wish I had my gloves right now.
That lap time was 129.26.
Well, the other issues that I have too is whenever I try to restart or shut down my system, sometimes the thing doesn't want to shut down, it restarts. It just keeps turning on until I force it to power down. There's like weird irregularities, and it's not really, I don't know. Sometimes it runs beautifully and I seem to not have any
Fastest
issues.
lap for Higgins, 126.80.
Oh, I messed that up big time. Yeah, this guy's gonna try to pass me now.
All right, Ray. 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
On your right. Keep it steady. Clear right.
Yeah, I really do need to get a stronger power supply. I kind of think, because it's normally
Leader's just done it.
when the computer is
127.00.
running really hard, and then I do my live streaming off of my GPU using the NVENC encoder, so it's stressing the GPU out. I'm running tons of software. That's when the computer starts acting a little weird, and I think it's maybe because it's trying to pull more than the PSU can actually
That
give.
was 129.06.
And I started noticing also, I mean, this could be other issues too. I started noticing also that
Right side. Clear right.
whenever the GPU would try to self-overclock, I would start getting these weird irregularities and issues in the system. Could be a GPU issue, but
Okay,
kinda
Ray,
doubt
the
it.
next car is Schmidt.
I messed that up big time.
E19.
Just immersive.
Car right.
So I started noticing
there.
with motion, if I'm not wearing my
Still
belt, although
there.
this is not tight enough,
Clear to the right.
Half distance. Fuel looks good.
I started noticing that if I don't wear a belt, what happens is I start compensating for the movement with my upper body and almost like riding the rig like an electronic bowl. You know what I mean? Like my head stays still and just my hips are moving around. If I have a belt and I cinch myself down into the rig, I feel a lot more of the movements. So I started doing that for a while. It felt pretty immersive. It felt fun and everything like that. I started noticing whenever I don't have the belts on, even if they're loose like this, it just feels weird now. Feels like something's missing. So I just wear the belts now. I do have to tighten them down though. Where they're mounted, it's a little bit looser than when I had them on for the last rig.
Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate.
Alright, glad he didn't try to back up and rejoin. Okay. I'll have to look at that. I gotta see what type of power supply I got, because it would be nice to just keep the same cables. Not have to go through, but if I'm gonna end up getting a new CPU, if I'm lucky
Yellow
enough to
flag,
get
watch out.
this new 4000 series, I mean 7000 series Ryzen processors, if I could get one of those, and when I need a new
129.05.
motherboard anyway, we're gonna have to do a whole new rebuild, so then it wouldn't really matter. But I know for a fact if I were to do the NVIDIA 4000 series GPUs, we would definitely need a new power supply because the power requirements of the 4090 are going to be insane.
Okay, Ray. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left.
No, I don't necessarily feel the movement to the belt. What it's doing is it's taking my upper body and cinching me to the seat when it is tighter. It is loose right now. So that way I can't compensate for the movement. I end up feeling a lot more of the movement of the rig.
P19.
I don't know where I got P19 from. My relative's still showing that we're in the 20s. Now again, if you're just joining in, we unfortunately missed the start of the race.
Push, 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 or we'll lose this place. Yellow flag, caution.
Woo!
P20. That lap was at 129.46. one more lap to go. That lap was a 129.55. Sector 1 is 1.6 seconds off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.6 off the pace. That's 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. '21st. There we go, it's over. Bring it back round.
Check, check. Okay. You guys should be able to hear me now. I actually lost all audio. All audio. So I couldn't hear anything at all. I was just going by my seat vibration to see, kind of hear through my seat where the car was as far as RPMs. I could see, you know, the RPM indicators on my wheel, of course, but without sound, it's completely crazy and weird. But yeah, I lost all audio, and it seems like you guys did too. I'm not really sure what happened there or why that happened. Let me go back to... Yeah, that was... In case in point with weird things that happened with my computer. I only use my computer for video production and sim racing. That's it. So I don't think it's a virus or anything like that. I don't know. I really don't know. I keep having issues with, like, in the past, I should say, with ports, USB ports conflicting with one another, or drivers conflicting with one another. And when you run a lot of software, that's kind of the reality of the situation. Sometimes things happen. But, you know, some days I have no issues whatsoever. Some days I have the weirdest issues. So the issue that just happened with my mic was NVIDIA Broadcast changed the input from my mixer board with my microphone to default for whatever reason. Even though default is set to my mixer board, just for whatever reason it decided to switch it. No idea why that happened. Looks like there's supposed to be a Windows update. Okay. Looks like it was going to try to do a Windows update and restart my computer on me. So stop that. Let me close a few other pieces of software. You know, and I kind of remember in the past, whenever I would have issues like this, I would go and update the motherboard BIOS, and I have not done that in a long time. I probably should really go back and do that. Let's Let me get on the practice server for the next race. Good thing about that is I had no incident points, so the safety rating should jump up, but I'm sure my I rating took another big hit. Yeah, my I rating's just getting slammed. We did go up 0.2 of a point for my safety rating. So that was good. I mean, kind of the goal is really my safety rating right now. Just getting it in a safe spot so I don't get demoted from A to B again. It's already happened 2 other times. All right, let's get on the practice server. Let's make sure all the audio is working. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some more hunting around and seeing what's going on with my system. Could also be that we're running Sim Racing Studios beta software because this is their first release of software that support this rig. You saw my rig just kind of jumped up just now. That's kind of one of the things that it does, unfortunately. Windows 11. It's like there's a under system information, there's actually a hardware conflicts and sharing port, like window, and you can see everything that's possibly conflicting with each other. Microsoft ACPI driver is critical, error critical. Microsoft ACPI EX driver critical error. Got a few that are showing as far as drivers critical errors. I just need to go through this. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm on Windows 11. Oh, okay. You too? Here we go with the Morse code again. I really need to get a mute button. Actually, there we go. I just found my mute button. And all I did was put iRacing in full screen, and now it's beeping and freaking out. So I could see my FPS counter. Once that FPS counter comes back to normal, I know that the beeping is going to stop. Let's see. I don't know if... Yeah, I know, right? Ugh. Right now my mouse is even frozen too. There we go. Alright, so now I just saw it jump to 100. Now I know the beeping has stopped. You know what? Let me try this safe. I downloaded the safe one. Let me see how that feels. And I know, right? They're killing me. They are killing me.
Matching car and track data found in Sim Experience database.
Hello,
Profile
everyone that's just
modified.
joining in. We just saw a few more people join in. Thank you so much.
Takes it's clear.
We're going to try the safe setup that I have installed here. And race should be starting in about 15 minutes, this race here.
That's a new fastest lap for Robertson, 125.73.
Woo! Yeah, I can hear my spotter. Why? Can you guys not hear the spotter? I'm using Crew Chief. This is Road Atlanta. Definitely a very tricky track, Road Atlanta is. You should also see the spotter pop up on the top right. I just realized I have two maps on my screen. One was from the stream last night when I was trying VR again.
1.3 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, you know, in Great Tantrum, I'm not really utilizing it to its fullest at all. I really need to learn, like, the voice commands and the voice prompts. I haven't even delved into that. I know Jesse knows a lot more about the voice prompts. He uses it for, like, turning all tires off, turning all tires on, fuel to the end, stuff like that. I don't even know exactly what the commands are. But I have to learn that because it seems to be
E7.
a pretty awesome tool.
Sector 3 is 0.43 off the pace.
Okay. I know I just kind of threw this lap away a little bit with that turn one, I wanted to see what my lap time was. And maybe do one more lap with this setup, and then we'll go to the normal race setup that I have installed from VRS, and then kind of compare the two, see what I like better. Yeah, same. So, I'm noticing something weird in my rig, and you guys can't really see or hear this, but now my vibration motors are acting weird, and I kind of noticed it did the same thing the last race.
0.30 off the pace.
And I think it might be this beta software from Sim Racing Studio that's kind of causing some of my issues between last night and today. I'm going to restart it after this coming lap here because I want to do
that puts you
good lap
6 off the leader's pace. You're 0.2 off the pace in sector 3.
Yeah, it's doing some funky things. A little bit distracting, to be honest with you.
P10. Sector 1 is 1.2 off the pace.
Kind of making this galloping noise that doesn't really follow
Fastest lap for Robertson,
with what's going on, and being that it's going through a sound card, it might be what's messing up all my audio. Maybe the drivers are getting all messed up and then it's like restarting it or something like that. I don't know. Kind of grabbing at straws here, but
Sector 2 is 0.6 off the pace.
didn't turn in early enough. All right, so that was 1:27.4.
Good lap. That's your quickest today.
It is one of those days. It really is. I'm having tons of computer issues. Let's see. And let's see what it does. We get beeping again, I'll mute it. Now that I know how. Can't believe I didn't think of that earlier. How am I forgetting that I just used it like 7 times? What is the input for making something full screen again? Oh my, there we go. My keyboard for some reason wasn't getting picked up. I think anytime I make anything full screen, I just need to it is kind of freaking out. It's saying I'm running 8 frames per second right now. Definitely gonna be a beep storm. I have no use of my microphone. I mean my mouse. 9 frames per second. Once I see it jump up above 100, I know we're good. Just be patient. Take a sip of coffee. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is why we're not doing the full FPS view. I mean, not first-person shooter. First-person view with a camera on my head, and I'm not using my other computer to do the other view where we kind of snap back and forth. I really wanted to do one of those, but I'm having too many issues with this computer just basically running normal. So I'm going to do all these updates after this race. I'm going to do the motherboard and the Windows update. We'll see if that kind of fixes things. In the past, I kind of remember motherboard updates kind of helping out quite a bit. So hopefully it does. But yeah, we're doing the Vulcan Tire GT4 race at Road Atlanta. It's going to be starting in about, I don't know, 8 minutes now. Let's change that setup because that was the safe preset. Actually, to be honest with you, kind of happy last race was somewhat clean and we didn't get any incident points. We got 0.2 of a safety rating point back up.
Exit's clear. Push.
All right, this is going to be the normal race setup by VRS. Vibration's working normally now that I restarted it in my seat. It's not doing this galloping weird oddity. It's going to take a few laps for it to feel normal and little drift there, little style point. We're just in practice, so that's something I didn't really encounter with the safe. This might be a lot faster though. Oh no, we slid right off.
Okay, Ray, we need to watch these track limits.
So far, points for the safe setup. Feel a lot more safe with the safe setup. That's so stupid. Oh man. You never played games above 60 frames per second? People swear 120. I can tell between 30 and 60. Is it just as drastic or close? It is. For me, at least. So I would say
Right side, clear right.
Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. Alright. Really? So he blocked me and then came to a full stop.
On your left.
Oh.
Clear
Well,
left.
that was just... He's still there. This is 0 times. It's rubbing his... Giving him room. Alright, so I would say personally, the difference from 60 to 120 is just as drastic as 30 to 60. And
Sector 1 is 3.2 off the pace.
it's not as noticeable to your eyes, but you definitely, when you're sim racing, you feel it. You definitely feel the smoothness. 60 looks fine. Like right now, I'm hanging around 117 through the pits. On the start of the race, I'm like around 70, 80. You're not going to notice much of a difference when you're just looking at it, but when you're trying to nail apexes and everything like that, you're really trying to follow something across the track with your eye. So when you're coming up to a turn and you're really trying to track that apex with your eyeball, that's when you feel the difference in your eyes. I would say 120 to 140. I barely noticed that. But I would say 60 to 120 I do feel. In VR, like with the Valve Index or the Pimax or even the Meta Quest 2, when I overclock that headset beyond 90, it's from 90 to 120 is like not really noticeable, but from 60 to 120 is pretty darn noticeable. Now I would say even more so in VR because your eyes are so fixed on the screens. There's really nowhere for you to look around besides those pixels that your eyes are locked onto in the center of that Fresnel lens. So in VR, I think it makes even more of a difference. But yeah, definitely in a sim on a screen, 120 is kind of like a really great spot to be. I think these panels that I got here are like 165 hertz, and to be honest with you, that's kind of ridiculous. If they were 140 hertz, I still would have bought them. I don't think I can notice the difference that high of a frame rate between like 140, 160 or anything like that.
Is 0.6
so,
off the pace.
But they're G-Sync compatible, so probably never get to utilize that high of a frame rate unless I'm in R Factor 1 on a track by myself. You know what I mean?
P11, that's your quickest lap in this
Where
session.
are you located in the world?
0.28 off the pace.
I gotta say, on Facebook Marketplace, I have noticed some computer things, especially with these new CPUs being teased and leaked, and these new GPUs
1.4 off the pace.
coming out. I've noticed a lot of people selling some stuff, including monitors, on Facebook Marketplace. Definitely something to look into if you're looking for higher end monitors. It's definitely in the used market. Oh, okay. Well, it stinks we no longer have fries, but depending on where you are in California, maybe even look at oh man, what is that famous micro? Someone help me out here. Micro gear? It's not micro gear. Basically a PC part store I've dreamed about going to, but we don't have anything up here by Sacramento.
Is 0.34 off the pace.
All we had was fries, and they took that away from us. Let's see. It is Micro Center. Depending on where you are, if you're near a Micro Center, that would be awesome because a lot of times they do some crazy deals. Oh, wow. So you're running a huge like TV. Just make sure that the input lag is pretty low if it has like a PC input. Some have an HDMI port dedicated just for PC. Try to see what the input is. Make sure the input latency isn't too high. But that would be awesome. Where about in California are you located? I'm up by Sacramento, so kind of near well, near Jesse, of course, but also near Billy Strange, quite a few other sim racers and whatnot. There you go. The other thing to make sure of Great Tantrum, make sure that the 120 hertz that they put on the box for TVs is not frame interpolation. A lot of times they do that. It's almost like a frame smoothing instead of just raw input 120 hertz. So make sure of that also, because I know sometimes they do that with TVs. They post that it's 240 hertz smooth motion, but it's just frame interpolation, so it's only running at 60 hertz maybe, and then it just puts frames in between, and then you'll start noticing ghosting on your racing. You don't want that. So just something else to research into. I'm going off of TV data basically from when I was looking for a TV a few years back, so I'm sure things have changed. Boom. Oh yeah, that's awesome then. That's pretty sweet actually then. Get 355s in here. It would take up my entire office though. My office is pretty small. My poor wife. I built her a computer. She has a whole setup over there, and yeah, her desk is full of my stuff. But she has a nice laptop that I got her. That she bought me a laptop for Christmas one year, and I bought her a laptop at the same time. So we exchanged laptops, and she prefers that laptop. But pretty sweet laptop, I do gotta say. But this computer up here, I need to clean her desk off. She needs to have access to her desk. It's only fair.
All clear. Push now. We have 2 laps. Let's get this done.
So guys, how do you like this type of streaming versus the first-person view? You like the first-person view streaming better? You like me to go back and forth kind of like I am now? I am going to incorporate the out-of-car view like we did a few streams ago with my laptop, essentially, where it switches back and forth. You kind of get that TV camera live. I like that for me. I don't know. I'm kind of selfish in that respect. I think it looks a little bit more immersive. But oh, you gotta be kidding me. So I was telling Jesse that I did that on a race last night, and he thought that was interesting. He's like, how? That's exactly how I did it, Jesse. That right there. It's exactly how it's done. It's a qualifying setup. I probably should have stayed with the racing setup if I was practicing it, but figured the fuel level would help with the weight and the time. Sliding a little bit more there still. More power sliding. This car really loves the power slide. It is a handful to drive sometimes. That was good. Got that right into the apex. Sliding. I'm sliding this entire time. Even some more sliding. Ghosting like a one-wheel GT. Oh, man. That's too soon. Too soon. Esteban, way too soon, man. We only now just got our new foot pads. That was good, though. That was good. Oh, come on. Stay in there. Stop sliding.
P6.
Turned in too late. I actually noticed I just did that. I don't know why I like lock up sometimes and forget. Hey, Crash, you gotta turn the wheel in order to actually turn. What a novel idea that is, huh? All right, that was a lot better through there. Maybe a little bit slower than it needs to be, but it was smoother. $700 for a 55-inch? Okay. It is still pretty pricey, though. But that is a big TV. Turned in too late. Messed me up on that exit. I'm just calling myself out with all the mistakes I'm making. Please be in the 27s. Nice, okay. At least it's in the 27s. It's not going to be anything crazy high up in positions. I'm sure I'm going to get pushed back to like maybe 10. Let's see, so far. Oh, so far we're P3. Let me change this setup now before I forget to do so. I was going to run the safe, but I don't think I'm going to because I started dependably nailing the 27s on the regular setup. This is a half-hour race, by the way, guys. Half-hour race. This is going to be a longer one. Hopefully I don't completely get crashed out in the beginning of this race like last night. Oh, looks like we are getting to... We got pushed to P4. P4 so far. Not bad. If we get pushed anymore, we still got a minute and a half left, so people are probably still on the track running some lap times. Looks like so far in this race, we're going to be 12, 13. 27 cars in total. I had to manually count that out because even though sometimes it shows like 27 here, sometimes people leave the session and it'll show like they are the 27th car, but there's only like 19 cars showing on the track. So, but yeah, so far we're looking at 27 cars. Yeah, that would help my my iRating because so far between the two races last night and this last race I did, I'm hovering about 190 points lost. What's my iRating now? I think my iRating is hovering around a... So it was a 1542. And then I think at the start of this morning, it was like a 13 something. Here, hold on. Let's do that. Let me move my race labs up where I could see it. And I know we're going to get some beeping. I don't want to do that to you guys, so I muted. So Race Labs has not updated. It's still showing 1542 for my iRating. And I know that's not real. Well, we'll find out after the race. I'll go over it. And here we are. Oh, no beeping. We are sans beeping. New day, everybody. Up. One snuck in there. It had to. It had to just let me know who it was, you know? It's like, hey, brother, we're still here. We still got the beep. I really like this Rodecaster Pro, the soundboard. I definitely need to get a better setup for it because right now it's on a keyboard stand and it's kind of off to the side. Definitely need to get something better for it. A little bit more. I could definitely see, because I have like dead space off to the left here because it's the corner of the wall. I might make a stand for it to be right over here. That would be awesome. Actually, something I might have to tackle. Wouldn't be that difficult to do too. But yeah, if I could stay in the top 5, that would be incredible. I don't know what type of lap times these guys were running, but yeah. So actually, Race Labs on the bottom left there is showing I'm a 1.3 still.
30 minutes. The track temp is 42.
Showing I may go up
is
57 points if I could
Celsius.
stay in this position. 98 points for P2. And that's just an estimation.
21.
But last night, like Jesse was telling me, he's like, it's saying you're going to go down 100 points because we got crashed out at the beginning of the race. And at the beginning of the race, it was like a 10-minute repair. So I moved up like 1 or 2 positions, but that was it. And I actually did drop 104 points. So even though it's an estimation, it was pretty darn accurate. Like, sadly enough, I was really hoping it wasn't accurate, but you know, I was caring more about my safety rating and, you know, really didn't want to get any more incidences than that one at the beginning of the... Oh, come on, people. Someone just smacked into us, but we got a 0 times, thank goodness. So I noticed a few different types of behaviors of some of the racers at the end of this lap. Some will bunch everyone up under that little bridgeway, under that last sign. And going downhill with cold tires, making a right-hander with someone on your side is sketchy as heck. And then sometimes they'll just jump the start and just go for it. So kind of curious to see what this... P1 decides to do. Yeah, thank goodness it was 0 times, and thank goodness doesn't seem to have caused any damage. As long as we could maintain that, you know. I just want a clean race. That 15-minute race I was in, even though we missed the start, part of me was like, oh, there's going to be a lot of crashing. Remember last night when like 5 of the guys in the top 10 went off the track to the left on turn 1? I was expecting something similar to that to happen, and nope, didn't happen. It was actually a clean race and everyone was fine. All right, so he went.
Go, go, go.
We got first, second, third, all AMGs. Got my random little BMW. And looks like an Aston Martin behind us. Please do not lock up.
All right, Ray, decent start. We can build something from here.
That cost me some time. They're making passes behind me. Looks like Porsche is passing the Aston Martin. Got a half-hour race here, so this is the war of attrition. Not trying to win the race on the first lap here, but I am trying to not let them lose me, because I want that draft. Pull me along, please. Pull me along. Feel like I'm in a practice session with Jesse where he just drives away. Hashtag sim racer with no practice. That's me. But I actually have no excuse now because I have ran a few races here. Then I went to second gear. Up. Just lost motion. Please do not mess with the sound. Sim Racing Studios restarting. What is happening? I'm gonna have to look to see if they have a different version that is not beta. I think this is part of our issues, everyone. I think we just discovered it because it just shut off.
The leader has just done a 126.53.
It's still on. The rig is
The
still
lap time
on,
was
but
127.76.
yeah, Jesse, you definitely put your due diligence in this week. All right, everyone. So we're still P4. We got a Porsche
Schmidt
on
is
our
getting
tail.
you. The gap's now 0.5. Okay, Ray, don't let this guy distract you. That's a new fastest lap for Cox, 126.26. Your last lap time was a 128.23.
Don't go off. I lost a lot of time there, guys.
Car right. Clear to the right.
Don't panic, we'll get him back.
That's for sure.
P5. The track temp's increasing. It's now 41 Celsius.
Oh, I started sliding. I'm not opening that turn up enough. There we go. There we go. We nailed that one. Oh, we caught some air. You can see without motion and the distraction it caused, my lap times just go down and down. Not down, up, technically. Went from a 27s to now I'm running a 29. I'm trying to stay focused here. Just roll with it. Heavy on the braking.
Make him do all the work. Focus on your exits.
Jeep, I'm trying.
That last lap was a 127.22. The gap to Schmidt ahead is now 0.9.
Oh, something happened to the BMW behind us. Not really sure what happened there. I missed my turn-in. Was trying to open it up and it didn't work out. This is going to be like a 28 or a 29 because I messed up in 2 spots so far. Oh, 27.9.
127.91.
All right, we touched that inside curb on that one. All right, that was probably one of my faster downhills.
Twenty minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes left. The gap to Schmidt ahead is now 1.5 seconds.
There we go, just tapped that inside curb again. I struggle with this section here, as probably many do at Road Atlanta, so I'm very happy whenever I perform well or nail something. That was a 1:27.1, almost in the 26s. Let's go. Didn't need a full lift. Is that towards the bottom? Missed that inside curb. Oh, baby, don't go off. Got our first incident
Okay,
point.
right. We've gone out of track limits. Keep it between the lines.
Okay.
The gap behind is now 2.7.
Wasn't the best. Try it again. Oh, stay off that short curb. I thought I read it as stay on it. All right, stay off of it. Okay.
Okay, Ray, don't think about the lap times. Just hit each and every apex. 15 minutes left, that's 15 minutes. That's half distance, the fuel's okay. The gap behind is now 1.2.
Pulling us in. Probably getting some draft from us too. That was messy. This guy's kind of all over the track a little bit. Let's see. Maybe he has some damage, possibly.
Okay, Ray.
On your left. He's still there. Clear left.
Your lap times are increasing. Come on, keep your focus.
What is the amount of sweat?
On your right. Clear right.
Okay, stay with him.
On your left. Still there. Clear to the left. Car left. Clear left. Left side. Clear to the left.
B6, you've just done a 129.47.
Up.
Ten minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Left side. Still there. Still there. Still there. Clear on the left.
The car behind is reeling you in. The gap is now 0.5. This is excellent, mate. Keep it up. P5. All right, Ray. Hold your nerve. Just keep it smooth. No mistakes.
Oh, I messed that up big time. I started sliding. He's gonna end up pulling us. Oh, he didn't have enough.
Left side. Clear to the left.
Don't give up. Keep him under pressure. Cox is leading the race. 6th place. That was a 128.72.
Car right, clear right. Car right. Hold your line. Clear right.
Well done, fella.
Me and Thomas are battling it out here for P5. This is like unadulterated, just completely battling back and forth. I could barely talk because it's like, here we go again.
On your left.
Yeah.
Clear left. Right side. Clear to the right.
Come on, Ray. God, don't panic.
Now Oliver's gonna try to take me. He's got to recognize the issues that me and him are going through over here. P5 is my girl, not yours. And he's probably pulling back a little bit because he thinks we're going to end up crashing.
Ten minutes of fuel remaining. Five minutes remaining. 5 minutes left. You've just done a 127.56. Keep pushing him, there'll be a chance here.
Left side. Keep it steady. Clear left.
Okay, Ray, push now. We can catch up here. That's the stuff, we'll have some more of that. The gap behind has now decreased to 0.47. P5. Your lap time was a
Car right. Hold your line. Hold your line. Clear right.
Woo! Oh my gosh. This is an absolute
ahead is now 0.6.
freaking battle. Should be able to pull him in here.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 39
Oh, oh.
Celsius.
Oh.
Just 2 minutes left. 2 minutes to go.
He braked a little bit harder than I was expecting, and I mean, at least it was
Eighth
0
place.
times that he didn't lose his traction or anything like that. But I think probably because I had the draft on him, I accelerated way faster than I was expecting. I didn't mean to bump him. I just meant to stay close. I was going to try to pass him on the front straight. I know. It was definitely a good battle.
One more lap to go. Okay, Ray. 5 minutes of fuel remaining. 5 minutes. Yellow flag. Keep your wits about you, mate. Two minutes to go. 2 minutes.
Yeah, you know, I never want to cause someone else to have an incident.
Left side.
Oh,
Clear
oh,
left.
oh, oh, oh.
Clear right. You're clear.
Kind of like that. I never want to cause that. I thought he was going to go wide. I misread that situation. I didn't realize he was going to cut back in again. I should have just stayed behind him.
P9. That's it.
Ah.
We're done.
Oh well. Oh well. Yeah. Yeah, that was... I'm going to take claim for that. That was my fault, definitely. Let's see. Misread that situation. And poor Thomas, it was him again. I didn't even realize it was him again. Yeah, I thought he was going to go wide to go around that lap car, but instead he cut in. But that lap car is that green one right there. I thought he was going to go wide around him. I thought I was kind of reading that correctly, because it looked like the lap car is staying in tight. So I thought he was going to try to go wide to go around him, and instead I ended up catching up with him. That stunk. So here's the thing. If you are a lap car, and I did this pretty much all last night, if you get the blue flag, just move over. Get out of the racing line. If you are laps down, or lap down, you're no longer in that... You're no longer in contention for that position, if that makes sense, if I'm saying it right. You're no longer trying to battle those cars that are battling right there for that position. Move out of the way. Move out of the way. There's a battle going on. It has nothing to do with you. Get out of the way of that battle. Yeah, I don't think he expected me. That's why I'm taking full responsibility for that situation. I misread it. I really thought, so let's look at this view here. So you can see Thomas is there. The green car is the lap car off to the right there. So I thought, and right here I should have realized it, that hey, this lap car, this is who I'm aiming for, because I see he's all the way on the inside. So I kind of thought at the split-second decision, he's going off the racing line up here. He's going to stay to the right, and Tommy's going to try to go to the left, so I'm going to try to go to the right. And then he just didn't expect me. It was probably a horrible place for me to try to put my nose in. I think he was trying to then go to the right of the lap car. He just realized at that moment too, the lap car is going to maintain the middle line for whatever reason. So he was like, you know what? I'm just going to hook to the right also. And that was it. What can you do? Rubbin's racing. Yeah, I know. 100 mile per hour pixels. What's going on? Yeah, he kind of did. He was just trying to have a battle with whoever he could have a battle with. And even if it was someone that wasn't in the race with him. Unfortunately, we racked up 5 incident points. I don't know if that's going to negatively affect my safety rating. It was overall a really clean race, and overall we had an amazing battle with this guy here. Dubois? Thomas Dubois. We had a great battle with him most of the race, going back and forth around lap vehicles. He would get around a lap vehicle. I would pass both of them. He would pass me. I would pass him. I would get stuck behind a lap vehicle. He would pass both of us. It was an absolutely amazing race. Unfortunately, that ending, hopefully he doesn't think that I'm just driving recklessly, because I just misread that situation with that lap car kind of holding us up, unfortunately. So I thought he was going wide. He ended up cutting in. Because the normal racing line would be, you would take this line out here. You would go out wide and go onto these curbs. So normally you would go out here. I didn't expect this car, the lap car, to then take the middle line. I thought he was cutting so hard because he saw us coming. I thought he cut so hard there that he was going to stay on the inside. So I thought Thomas was going to go wide, the normal racing line, and I was going to try to cut in on the inside. But it didn't work out. Didn't work out, unfortunately. All right, so let's see what, unfortunately, this may have done. hopefully we still get a net positive out of this whole situation. So yeah, I'm definitely having some issues with Sim Racing Studio. I think that's the cause of probably a lot of our issues right now. It says, please make sure Sim Racing Studio is running on your PC in order to access the mobile companion. I'm not using the mobile companion. I don't have it installed on my phone or anything like that. So again, it is a beta. So I do have to check their website and see if they have a full release that fixed all the bugs. Yeah. Let's see what happened with that last race session. And if we didn't have that last incident, we would have been down to 1 incident point. We had a few bumps and they were all 0 times, which was absolutely awesome. Okay, so safety rating went up 0.06. So we're just under a 2. So it's a 1.95. I rating went up 20 points. So at least it's a positive. So today was a decent day. Let's see. Well, no, we still lost points on that last race. So my I rating is still tanked at a 1334. But unfortunately, this is going to be the last race I'm going to be able to get at Road Atlanta. I'm going to check out Sim Racing Studio and see what we could find out. Again, everyone, if you haven't checked out my most recent video, I did a Open XR versus Open VR comparison with the HP Reverb G2. Definitely promising. I'm kind of, last night I was having tons of issues with VR actually running, and it was freezing in the headset, weird stutters and everything, both in Open VR and Open XR. And I'm kind of wondering if it has to do with the Sim Racing Studios beta software, because there is motion compensation for VR built into it. So it does hook with VR. So I'm wondering if some of those issues I was having had to do with that beta software. Very well could be. Definitely could be. But everyone, I'm going to call it here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you. Yeah. It was definitely a tough battle. It really was. And I definitely enjoyed it too. That's why I'm a little sad that last incident happened, because it turns out that was the guy I was having the battle with. I don't want him thinking there was any hard feelings or that I'm just a reckless driver, because I tried to be as, I saw him losing it many times, and I didn't want him thinking I was just that's not the case at all. So, all right, everyone. I might have to find him on YouTube and just send him this live stream just to explain myself. All right, everyone. I'm going to call it here. Everyone have a great day. Great start of the week. Happy Monday to everybody. Stay safe, stay happy, and I'll catch you all next time.